What's going on, Jared Athletes? Myself and my mustache welcome you to another video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing what body can you get from jumping rope, or what type of physique can you expect from jumping rope. Now, this is a video I've wanted to make for a while to talk about what jump rope, like why would you be interested in doing it, and also to give you guys realistic expectations of what to expect if you're getting really serious into jumping rope. Because I think oftentimes in fitness and health, there's a lot of misinformation with why people look the way they do. Is it genetics? Is it steroids? Is it weightlifting? Is it running? Like, why do some people look a certain way? Why do certain exercises produce a certain physique? So yeah, we're going to talk about that. What body can you expect to get from jumping rope? So first, in terms of physique, when I think about someone who jumps rope often, or someone like myself, like I'm going to be using my physique a lot as an example for this video, but for many reasons, you can't just look at my physique and be like, oh, well, that's what I'm going to look like because I'm genetically different than you. There's a lot of variables involved with this, and that's kind of the main thing I want to discuss. Like, I can't tell you this specifically is the jump rope body. I can give you, within a pretty close range, an example of what type of body you can achieve by doing jump rope workouts, and more specifically, the types of workouts on this channel. So using heavier ropes, intense workouts, high intensity training, and incorporating bodyweight exercises into those workouts. So when I think of jump rope or weighted jump rope training, the type of training that I do, I like to think of it as like you can build, it's sort of like that hybrid athlete physique. So it's not, I kind of put these in categories of like bodybuilders have that kind of like NFL linebacker, big, stocky, muscular physique. Then you have like the long distance runner or the tennis player who might be a little bit skinny, maybe still with a decent amount of muscle, but pretty thin. And then you have what I would consider my physique to be, which is sort of that like hybrid athlete physique, like lean, has, muscular, but not like tons of muscle mass, but also not super skinny either. And for some examples I think of, just because I think it's good to give anecdotes throughout this video, when I think of like heavy jump rope training, I think it's realistic to achieve a physique of similar to like a boxer, a swimmer, UFC fighter, NFL wide receiver, NBA shooting guard, Ronaldo, like a soccer player. When I think of the jump rope physique, I think of a physique that can do many different things. So one, I think aesthetically, it looks pleasing. Like it looks good naked. You know what I mean? Like for lack of a better way of saying that, I think that lean, muscular definition, six pack, maybe a little bit of extra, but like, define, if it's not a six pack, it's like defined muscular stomach area. Maybe like some, like Tyler Durden in Fight Club, Brad Pitt in Fight Club. Now, not that skinny though. Like I would say that plus a little more. I would say like Russell Westbrook, prime Conor McGregor, Cristiano Ronaldo, like those types of lean and ripped physiques is what you can expect with using heavy jump rope training. And although my physique's not perfect, I'm definitely very proud of the physique that I've built. And I feel like it kind of mirrors those physiques. And on top of that, which I'm going to talk about, it's not just the weight loss part that I love about jump rope. It's like I genuinely have turned into a much more efficient and better athlete because of doing these workouts. But I'll get into the athleticism. Right now, we're just on physique. The reason I say swimmer physique as well is because they're still kind of thin. They're not like, they don't have a massive chest. They're not like big and bulky muscular, but they're just like big shoulders and then a very thin waist. And I think like that you build a similar physique with doing jump rope, again, weighted jump rope, because anyone who's done a weighted jump rope workout on this channel, in our app, or just, somewhere else, that after you're going hard for like 30 minutes, your shoulders are on fire. Like you are getting an insane upper body workout, particularly like shoulders, biceps, forearms. So I think it lends itself to that like V cut style of physique like you'd see with the swimmer. Now, I do want to say, like I mentioned, if you're using a speed rope, particularly a thin cable rope like they use for CrossFit to do double unders, I don't think those are very effective jump ropes. I think they're effective for doing tons of double unders if you're competing in a cross rope event, but for burning calories and stimulating your muscles and increasing your muscular endurance, having a weighted rope or a rope with slight weight to it, that's really how you build this kind of physique that I'm talking about. If you're just going intense with a super light speed rope, I'm not referring to that. You know what? I think jump rope, dude, it just builds like the badass physique. That's the way I think about it. I mean, dude, look at boxers. They're just straight badass, and their main form of exercise is jumping rope. So I'm big on the whole, and that's, by the way, that's the physique that I've always dreamt of having and creating. And that's why I like the way that I am. You know, sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, man, I'm pretty lean, or sometimes I even lose a good amount of muscle and I get a little skinny and I'm like, should I put on more muscle? But realistically, I don't want that. Like, I'm happy with that sort of like ready for anything physique. Like, you're strong, but you're fast, you're agile, you're quick, your endurance is good, you can sprint, you can jump high. Like, in my mind, both men and women, but I'm speaking more towards like for male physiques, that's what I think is like the best physique that you can have for just all around being a human and doing just freaking, yeah, being a human, like being prepared for anything. One thing when I talk about having this sort of jump rope body, there's two big factors at play here. I genetically feel pretty lucky because my dad's kind of a beast, and he was like a Division I wrestler in college. And so I already have like a physique genetically that is set up to build muscle pretty easily, but I also gain fat somewhat easily. So for me, it's kind of like, I don't really need to, I used to hit the weight room when I was playing high school and a little bit of football in college. And that's when I was like really working on building mass. And I feel like I've kind of built the mass that I wanted in my younger years. And then I haven't really focused on growing, I would say. I think I just look more muscular when I'm obviously a low body fat percentage. The point I'm trying to make is, just because you do all these workouts doesn't mean your physique is going to be exactly like mine. Some of your physiques are going to be way better than mine because you genetically just have, you know, that in you. Or some of it, you might be lean, but it might not be as shredded as some of the other physiques that you see. So my point is, I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh yeah, if you jump rope, you're going to look exactly like me. I think I definitely got a little bit of help genetically, and I got, for lack of a better way of putting it, I feel like I did get lucky where I add fat. Like, when I start to gain weight, I gain it in my face and I gain it like in my arms and legs. But I know there's some people out there who, as soon as they start to gain weight, it goes right to their stomach. And I don't think that's really the case for me. But I'm saying this because I'm trying to set the expectation of like, if you're really looking to make a change and a transformation, like just what you can expect. Another thing is diet. Everything that I'm saying goes out the window if your diet sucks. And no, I'm not saying you have to eat perfectly clean, but like straight up, if you're in a calorie surplus and you are not losing body fat, what's interesting to me is I will sometimes look at photos of myself when I've gained a little bit of weight, you know, like when I'm on vacation or I'm just like eating too much and I look really like not defined. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. Cause like, I'm working, like my training feels amazing. Like, I'm doing these long jump rope workouts. I'm in the ocean for hours surfing and getting better and feeling more athletic, but I'm just eating in a calorie surplus. So I don't look as fit. What's interesting about that is sometimes just simply by losing body fat and eating in a calorie deficit, people have sometimes commented like, oh, you look like you're gaining muscle. You're like, dude, you're getting bigger. And it's like, I'm actually not. If anything, I'm probably losing muscle, but I'm also losing all of that body fat. And so it's giving this illusion like I'm getting more jacked or something. But basically, I'm just uncovering what was already there. I was just, I had extra body fat. Okay, then on top of that, the last two things I wanted to talk about was just athleticism and longevity. I think from an athletic perspective, the reason I love jump rope so much and what you can expect to become if you become a pretty dedicated like jump rope and calisthenics athlete is that's just it. You're going to become an athlete. I feel very equipped to play a basketball game, do a sprint and catch a football, jump high, go surfing, anything. I feel like I'm a lot more agile, flexible, and athletic than I used to be. And I attribute a lot of that to jumping rope and, just that constant motion of hitting the ground, increasing my bone density, making my foundation, like in my ankles and in my legs, stronger so that I can go out and do all this other stuff. And then the last thing I want to say is longevity. I think jumping rope is one of those cardio exercises that, again, if paired with a proper diet and some other movement activities, which I would recommend walking and some form of resistance training, at the very least push-ups and pull-ups or just push-ups, I think you can expect to have a healthier, long living body like that. I just feel like if you're someone who just like, and this is nothing against the weightlifting community. All I used to do was lift weights. But if that's all you're doing and you're just getting big and you're putting on muscle, which I see all over Instagram is like very popular now, that doesn't mean you're going to live long. And I get the appeal, especially to young men wanting to put on massive amounts of muscle and feeling super masculine because of that. But I don't know. I think it's better to live a long, functional, healthy life. If you're jacked, but you can't really do anything with that muscle, that's just not really my style. It's not what I think is like peak athleticism. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. Hope this helped you guys to give you some realistic expectations on what type of physique you can build and then how you're going to feel in that body. I think like the main point that I wanted to get across with this video is the jump rope body is lean, cut, fast, balance, strong foundation in the legs, healthy, living long, feeling good, being able to do many different sports and activities without pain or without injury. So in my opinion, that's what I think building a jump rope body really means. Would love to hear what you guys have to say about this in the comments. Let's chop it up. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because some of you might disagree. Some of you might have something else to say. And then we can argue in the comment. Yeah, I'm just playing. You know, we can argue, we can talk, whatever you want to do, internet. Yeah, comment below what other videos or topics you guys would like me to cover. I covered a few recently that were community suggested, and I really like doing that because I like to hear your experience and like what, you know, why you found jump rope and how that can relate to other content that we create on the channel. So the best jump rope you're going to find, you already know, it's linked up right here. It's the one that we use. And I know, I get it, dude. I push that jump rope a lot, but specifically for this video, if you're talking about building a badass body with jump rope, you should really look at the cross ropes because that type of resistance with their jump ropes and how you can switch between like quarter pound, half pound, 1 pound and all that, you just get an insane workout and you build that kind of lean and muscular, like fighter, receiver, endurance athlete physique like I was talking about. So check that out. Also, we got a bunch of workouts on the JRD app along with information how to eat. We have an accountability forum. Basically, dude, if you want to go through a transformation, you got options, okay? You can watch all the free content on here. You can go to the app and get a subscription. It's like $150 a year. Like it's a good price for all of our programs. You can get the jump rope. What I'm saying is if you want to make a transformation, you have options and you can do this. So comment below. Thanks for tuning in and be sure to follow the second channel, Jump Rope Dude. So now we got 2 channels, Jump Rope Dudes and Jump Rope Dude. Appreciate you guys. Later.